Radio Hits.
Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.
Welcome to Egypt. It's a pleasure having you here, seriously, and it's a pleasure having you here in Sharm El Sheik. I want you to talk to me a little bit about Egypt and what have you seen so far and what have you liked so far. Talk to me about the people.
Well, my mum and dad are from Cyprus, which is not far from here, and a lot of my cousins have been talking about Sharm El Sheik for ages, saying, oh, you've got to go, it's beautiful, and of course being here, we've met some of the people, lovely people, very, very friendly people, you know, it's such a nice culture. What I haven't seen is Cairo and the pyramids, which is something I really want to see, and I want to try some real traditional Egyptian food.
Molokhia.
Exactly. Do you know what? I have to say, I've noticed it with the Egyptian girls here have got these incredible, like, kind of hazel eyes. Have you noticed it? It must be from Egypt, man, because I've seen them all with these beautiful eyes. There's a lady right there with those eyes, right there. It's true, it's true. They've got these amazing eyes.
Maybe it's because of the food as well.
Maybe it's the food, exactly. Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.
So you have 4 top 10 albums, 10 top 10 singles, 2 reality shows that have been watched by millions of people all over the world. You have released 2 perfumes and you have your own coffee shop in London.
Just about to open the coffee shop, New York Coffee Club. We're making it very cool New York. We're making big fat deli sandwiches and real coffee, because a good coffee shouldn't taste bitter. A good coffee should taste nice. You shouldn't need sugar in it. So I want to make great coffee for people to show them that coffee is awesome. I mean, you guys from Egypt know how good coffee's coffee, mate. Like, see, you've talked about reality show, music, all that, and I've referred to the coffee. See what I mean?
What's next for Peter? Because you've done it all and you're a TV presenter at the same time. What's next?
You know, it's funny you say that, because I had the pleasure of interviewing Shakira. I did a full one-on-one interview with her for This Morning, a show in England called This Morning, and I had to prepare all my questions and I sat with her, and I guess the difference is we're man, oh man, so it's okay. This woman was so, you know, she had this incredible presence, you know what I mean? And that made me a little nervous, yeah. But she was really nice and I did the interview, but I know what you mean. It's like you prepare. I feel very, very lucky because a lot of people don't get to do TV and music together. I used to talk about Will Smith in America, saying I always loved, and I'm not comparing in any way, of course, he's an absolute legend, but what I always loved about Will Smith was he would do his music and he would do films, and I thought, that's so cool, because not many people can do it. J-Lo did it, Barbara Streisand did it, Bette Midler did it. I've never gone into the movies. It's definitely something I'd like to do. And I've got children's books coming out now. First range of children's books coming out next week, which my kids absolutely love. And it's like the first day at school, or you know, your first birthday party, or your first day at the dentist, okay? So I've got loads coming out, so that's good. I'm just really I love my job. I love it, and I'm very lucky.
Out of all these jobs, what do you like doing the most?
Being on stage. You'll see it tonight. I mean, I love that more than anything. Obviously, in some places we get to use explosions, fireworks, lasers. We can't do that on all our shows, but you'll still see how much we enjoy performing tonight. I love that more than anything, really. That is the ultimate for me. It's what I love. We've got a great live band. We love singing live. Our dancers are great. In England, on our arena tour, we had 10 dancers. We've got 2, and I think I picked the 2 best looking ones.
Radio Hits.
Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.
In 1995, you released A Mysterious Girl, and it peaked at number 2 in the UK charts. And then after 8 years, you re-released it again, like in 2004, and it reached number 1. How did that feel? Like, did you ever expect it reaching again to number 1 after re-releasing the single?
Do you know, there's something about this song, I don't know what it is. Well, I went through a stage where I didn't like singing it anymore. I was like, oh, people are bored of it. But then it sort of resurrected again. And I would not be surprised if this song does it again at a later stage. It's just one of those songs that seems to catch. It's a good feeling song. It's not a sad song. It's not the most amazing lyrics. It's simple, but it's fun and it's nice, you know what I mean?
Well, in Accelerate, you actually presented a new style of music. This is not the type of music that your fans actually were used to listen from you. Why did you change the style of music in Accelerate?
If you listen back to Quincy Jones, when he talks about making the Bad album, right? He talks about saying that you've got to keep coming up with a new style, a new sound. You've got to keep reinventing yourself, because if something works on one thing, you might say, well, I'll just stick to that formula and keep it going. But if you change it up every time, it might take you 5 or 6 or 7 albums to find your audience. But once you've got them, you've got them. And I think, rather than doing the same sound and then you get a core audience that sort of fades away, I want to build it through different sounds and eventually find the one. I mean, Revelation was my favourite album I've ever done. Really was. Everything about it, the personal side of it.
In Perfect Night, you actually collaborated with 2 really big names, Guy Chambers and Tayo Cruz. How did that song come about?
Tayo Cruz I'd met before he'd become successful. He knew a very good friend of mine, and they were saying this guy's going to be big. And we always said we'd write together one day. Well, anyway, we put it to him and said, look, Tayo, I really want you to do a song. So he said, look, I'm going to be writing with Guy Chambers. I'll see what I can come up with. And they came up with Perfect Night, gave it to me. I changed a few bits in the second verse that I wanted to change, but it's their song. I usually co-write everything, but I just, there was nothing to change. Just a little bit in the second verse, that's it.
It's the perfect song about the perfect night.
Simple, it's just simple, and sometimes simple songs are better. You know what I mean? Than a lot of production. I mean, Accelerate's my favourite on that album, for sure. Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.
Who are your all-time favorite artists, and who are your current favorite artists?
All-time favourite, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, most of the Motown artists, but Jackson predominantly was my favourite. God rest his soul. Up-to-date artists, I don't really listen to a lot of up-to-date. I'm really kind of old school. Okay, Adele's brilliant. Okay, yeah, actually, if I'm going to be truthful, it's more that side of music that I like. Even the old school is more soul and R&B. I love the modern soul, but in a different way. People like Adele, Amy Winehouse, I mean, her voice. James Morrison, it's soul, but in a different sort of way. I mean, okay, Amy Winehouse was definitely sort of soul R&B in a way.
She was a fresh soul to soul.
You're right, she was a fresh soul to soul, yeah.
Is there anyone right now that you would like to actually duet with in your new album?
Yes, I've got some good plans coming up. There's some good ideas, very good ideas. I'm off to Los Angeles next month, and I've got some good meetings, and I'm going to wait until I've had the meetings. Hopefully they turn out. One of them will surprise you very much if it comes off, and I mean, if it happens, when you see me next time, you won't go, what was it that you said? You will know straight away, and you can say to me, I know what you were talking about.
We've talked about you being a TV presenter, and you actually interviewed a lot of people like Shakira and Cheryl Cole. Who do you like to interview in the future that you haven't yet?
I've had the pleasure of actually brief interviews with people like Lewis Hamilton, amazing, lovely guy. The only 2 people I was supposed to do was Shakira and Eva Longoria, but the Eva Longoria interview didn't end up happening. So who would I like to interview? Robert De Niro. Now I'll tell you why, because he's apparently very difficult to interview, and I think I would just like the challenge, really. And I love Robert De Niro. Yo, do you know, I get fascinated by great actors. I love their Pacino. Imagine interviewing Pacino. There's a presence about these guys.
Talking about great actors, who would you like to act with in a movie?
Oh, my dream would be someone like De Niro. But I'll tell you who I think is one of the greatest actors of our time, young, is DiCaprio. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, I love actors like Robert Downey Jr. I think they're brilliant. There's a lot of great actors out there, but to me, DiCaprio is a young De Niro.
Radio Hits.
Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.
You are actually Dad of the Year twice. How does it feel to get recognized for being a great dad?
Do you know what? More than anything, I think that's the ultimate thing to have, because being nominated, like say having a good song or having a good TV show, whatever, is one thing, but being known as a great father is for life. Your kids are going to grow up and go, my dad must have been doing something right because he was Father of the Year.
And I know your kids actually tell you their opinion about your songs.
Oh yeah, They do. I remember there was a song on the last album I was going to put on. I had to take it off because Harvey hated it. Every time Harvey heard it, he would go mad. So I took it off. Absolutely loved Unconditional, which was about him. And even though I explained it was about him, he didn't understand. And yet he still loves the song. My kids love Perfect Night. They love Defender. It's great to have their opinion, like, because they're honest. But Junior's like following in my footsteps, poor thing.
Will we see him in a video clip soon or something? Like in an album?
I want to wait till he's old enough to sign his own contracts. Because it's a tough industry, you know. And I'd hate him to see the pitfalls. To be 16, 17, well 17 I think you have to be, and then he can do what he wants. Like, I'm strict like that.
I think that's why you took Dad of the Year twice. Very smart decisions for your kids.
Well, it's in our blood, isn't it? We're all like this with our families. I'm sure your dad and mum are pretty strict, hey? You know what I mean? And my dad, he's like, tells me off all the time, and I'm 38. And he's 78. He still tells me off, and I'm still scared of him. Okay, Baba. That's it.
Thank you very, very much for your time. I'm really looking forward to watch you perform tonight.
Man, and the questions you asked me was like, wow, how did you know that? It was great, thank you. If you look over there, the wonderful people here have bought in a Lavazza coffee machine for me to have some coffee tonight. How good is that? Amazing. Because I'm going to have my espresso before I go on stage. I need that to give me the energy. Hi, this is Peter Andre. You're listening to Radio Hits 88.2.